here. Yeah, do I have to be in bed at 8:40 or do I have to be in bed at
9? I was just saying if you were going to be on a PC or whatever, or on your game, 8:40 is when you want to get off to make sure.
Wait, so I can watch TV till like 8:50?
Yeah, as long as everything's off and you're in bed by 9, you're Gucci. Say hi to subscribers because that's what you're doing.
Oh, hi guys.
Actually, I don't even think anyone's in there yet. If they show up, they'll be in the chat below. Oh, there you go. What's soup, man? What's soup? Fresh soup, man. Fresh soup, yo. All right. Go. Right down street in the middle of the night. I'm going to be on the floor for the most part tonight, so I might have to drop this down a little bit more. Well, actually, I might just be able to tilt it. Let's see. Sorry, guys, if you're floating in the air right now. Yeah, you're floating in the air. My bad, guys. Sorry, guys. You want to be in the... I don't know where you want to be tonight. I'm just... Yo, honestly, I'm jumping on to just say what up because I'm cleaning shop right now. Been a while since I've been live. We're doing Q&A while I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time. If you know, you know. How y'all doing though? Yo, I hate how this mic be doing this. My bad, guys. Put it to the side. What up, Simone? What up, Zhao? What up, Ranger? What up, Joel? What up, Jared? Simone, all y'all. Good to see y'all. Always a pleasure. How y'all doing? What's your scent of the day? Before you even start typing in my chat, what is the scent of the day? I want to know what y'all are smelling like. Even though the day is almost over, I still want to know. What were y'all popping out in today? This is like Lanuit Alarm, Blue Electric, Fragrance World, Jack. Oh yeah, Jack of Clubs comes with a thing of playing cards, doesn't it? What up, Jarrett? What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Hey, I'm mic'd up, guys. So if y'all got questions, fire away. This is just Q&A. If y'all want to hang out, cool too. If y'all just want to sit and watch me do what I do, that's cool too. But let me know what y'all are wearing, and let me know if y'all got any questions tonight. And while I'm cleaning out the fragrance collection and everything, I'm gonna pop in and see what y'all are asking. Scent of the day, Sacrat. Don't have access to the other clones. Sacrat is plenty, bro. Sacrat is nice. Scent of the day, Parfum Ducier, Iconique, and Yara 2 oil. The oil was straight accident. I was moving it. Top was loose. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, as long as it came together, you know, happy accidents are cool too. My scent of the day was... I actually had 2 scent of the days because I had some shipments come in. So I had first scent of the day was... I gotta remember because what did I pop out in today? Because I went to the post office and I was running errands. I was wearing a combo of Game of Spades Topaz. I was wearing Game of Spades Topaz comboed with... No. Actually, no, that was yesterday. This morning I was wearing This right here. Desiree, my baby. And then this afternoon, this came in the mail, so I had to wear it and try it, which was this bad boy. So this just hit the market, and this is supposed to be a rendition of Bois de Portugal, or not Bois de Portugal, Bois Imperial from Essential Parfums. And I got to tell you, I hate to say it this soon, but I have Bois Imperial right here. So this came in timely fashion to see if it was actually the truth. And I wore this from about lunch on. Because, you know, Bois Imperial is always sold out. I was looking on it on Mercari, the main website. You can only get a refill bottle. People are scalping it. So, even though this hasn't even macerated yet, this is a monster. What else y'all got for me? Top 5 best men's colognes. I mean, dude, look at this. What you see on screen is half of my collection. So, if I had a top 5, none of this would even exist. But speaking of Bois Imperial, if you had it, you would have top 5 level material for most versatile for sure. Tomorrow's scent of the day will be Kamra Waha. Man, the Kamra series has some of the most ridiculous names ever. Moscow Mule oddly comes off as a tangerine to me. Moscow Mule ain't bad at all. Pretty versatile. Was good, SB. Had to pop in for a minute, second, say I don't have good servers, but hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, Mike. Always good to see you, bro. What's up, SB? Hope you're doing well. What up, Beard? What up, brother? How y'all doing? Hey, before y'all start typing in here, man, I need scent of the days in the chat, man. This is a fragrance lounge, so I want to hear about fragrances. Tell me what you're wearing before we get going. Appreciate you, Fast. Oh, by the way, guys, can you do me a favor? You know, we do very well over here in the YouTube world, and especially when we go live, we always get cracking lives going. The scent bubble normally is not on any other social media platform. I like to be in one space and do it well, but I am now on TikTok. So look for the scent bubble one, the scent bubble, and then the number one. And you should find me. If you could follow me on TikTok, that would be awesome. Apparently, you can't go live unless you have 50 followers. I only have like 40. So I want to start going live on TikTok as well because the fragrance community is pretty crazy over there. Scent of the day, Arabian Oud Sultan. Beautiful. Big boy talk right there. Big boy talk. But yeah, this is absolute fire. Y'all know I haven't purchased a clone in a while. I'm not against them at all. You know how I do. But these two right here are heavy contenders. Heavy contenders. This is that DHP 2025. Absolutely bonkers. I do approve. So, you know, we got to look out for the clone community as well. Got to stay up to date, see what's popping. Had a couple of vendors tell me, hey, look, these have been selling like hotcakes. You need to check them out. So that's what we did. Hold on, I'm about to biggie size the tripod real quick. No pause. I'm just bringing y'all up in the air with me. Hold on. All right. Okay, here we go. What do you guys like? I mean, it changes every night when we go live, but you guys tell me, do you like, see, because I'm a color guy. When I'm sitting here, hold on, let me move my plants. I'm a color guy, so I like something that's a little less practical and more visual. So like, but I also know that when people come into lives, they want to see that you have fragrances. I just want your guys' feedback for tonight because we can change it up all the time. This is my personal weekly shelf, right, for fragrances. And I like this because, it's got my paintings in the back and it's nice and colorful. And I stand right here. It's a really nice, intimate picture with fragrances and we can get it in. Do you guys like that? Or do you want to see, oh, SB's got a buttload of fragrances? Whoa, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is cool to see for 2 seconds to me, but then it's like you guys can't see them up close. So, like, what am I swinging? You know what? Just showing you that I have billions of fragrances? Or do you like the more intimate artistic setup where it's like I'm right here? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Do you think mango ice is accurate? No, it's not accurate, but it doesn't mean it's not good. What's a good summer scent that is an oriental? That's a good question. Um, a summer oriental really depends on the occasion, but one that stands out to me, I was just wearing it actually. Um, sorry, I've got this giant tripod here, so it's a little harder for me to just. What was I wearing that was oriental this week? Was it Arabia Prestige? Um, oh my gosh, what was it? It's really hard to go or spicy oriental because spicy oriental is generally pushed down a fougere or complex gentleman scent category. So to have a summer scent that's typically going to go well in the heat, you know, because like my first instinct is to pull out Roja's Danger because that's very nice. But in the summertime, you'd have to have a breeze for that to work and it's gentlemanly. So you might want something more casual for spicy. So instead of saying necessarily oriental, we can just say like spicy, like spritzed spicy fragrances that have somewhat of an oriental feel, but maybe more modern. I was wearing this the other day, this Amouage Outlands interpretation, Arabia Prestige Ramad Oriental. It takes the Amouage Outland DNA and just knocks the weight in half so it works way more Four Seasons fresh. I was actually wearing this. This is like a nice, slight smoke, mostly soft woods, incensey backdrop. And because it's so light and airy, it wears on the skin like a soft wood, which goes really well in the spring, summer, softer woods instead of being heavy. Very nice. And it's a mature DNA, but because of the weight and the freshness, it has a youthful feel to it. Been backing out with that a lot. I don't necessarily think this is like Oriental Fougere, but this is definitely spicy, a great fragrance. Odyssey Homme Black Edition, which is kind of like a middle of the road in between Spice Bomb Extreme and something like Prada Black or Bulgari Man in Black. This is a nice, fresh feel on a spicy summer jam because it's lighter and airier. Typically, spices and stuff are worn in the fall, winter, so the weight of the fragrance would allow you to jump into the spices. Um, what else have I been popping out in that's spicy for summer? It really depends on the time of day. Another really good one is this Riffs. I don't really jock with Riffs other than this fragrance. This is the one Riffs exception. They're a branch of Arabia Prestige, but they're really unnecessary. Memento from Arabia Prestige or from Riffs. This is a dupe of Arabian's Tonka, and because of its weight, it's a kind of spicier take on Baccarat, but it does smell like Arabian's Tonka pretty. Let me get some test strips. This is one of those clones where like every week it macerates. It does the body good. It gets better and better and better and better. But out the glass, it's nice. I'm just saying it gets spicier and better. But because it's kind of got that sparkling candy feel with a little bit of spice on it, it's great for summer. This is like wearing Instant Crush. Arabian's Tonka and Instant Crush are quite close. Yeah, you could pop out in this, and this is real nice, ageless. Might be the best scent Riffs has ever made. Let me catch back up. Um, what's up, bro? Scent of the day, gentle fluidity, silver layered with fragrance, World Neroli Riviera. Garland, this might be your only safe space to say you mixed an MFK fragrance with a Fragrance World's fragrance. We listen and we don't judge. Don't tell anybody else that though. What's a good summer scent that's oriental? Just gave you a couple. Mango ice. Yeah, beards. We still have the 10 ml. Definitely should. Blah, 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 blah. We got Joel regulating in here. Keep it artistic. That's your preference. I appreciate it, Simone. Good looking. Hey, what's good? We hear Beauty Ascent was popping. Keep it artistic. Thank you. Thank you. I think you should display your fragrances as it's easier to grab for reference points. It's a fragrance channel after all. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, bro. Like, this is 100 fragrances. So my point isn't necessarily like, oh, I want to show you guys artwork. My point is like, isn't this enough for you to see that I'm a fragrance collector? Like seeing, 500 fragrances, does that make you feel good? Like, I get the whole, like, you can grab them quickly as a reference, but I mean, guys, look, it's right there. I can grab anything for reference. I'm just saying visually, this kind of just looks like a hoarder's dungeon. This has at least somewhat of a intimate, less dong swinging, because that's kind of the thing is I almost don't even really want to look like it's almost like my fragrance collection. I don't even want you guys to know that I have as many fragrances as I have, because not that it's embarrassing, but it is embarrassing. Like, it's my little secret. I don't need you guys to know that I know what I'm talking about and that I'm deep into fragrances. I kind of feel like I want my word to be of the most value on this channel. So it's like you can look at the caliber of some of these fragrances. I've got the whole Lalique set. I've got Rojas, Ubagon, Guerlain, Chanel, Nishane, all on this. You can observe this. There's not really the need. Got to turn that around. You guys can't see what these are. There should be enough clout here to just get to the point now, which is like a nice visual picture, and we're talking like we're friends. I just always thought the kind of Cal Cologne, I've got one of everything, nice fuzzy backdrop, like that's for doing content, not lives. I don't know. That's just me. I want this to look like we're hanging out. I don't want it to look like a performance. And I just feel like I look like a dingy performance. Like it's like the wanna be the next Cal Cologne, but has 1/3 of the money type of display there. Maybe when maybe if we flipped to my, my official display, my actual painted set, and put if we buy a giant shelf back there and do it all up, maybe we'll do the live that way where I'm standing there. But like, I'm not that big of a content creator. Like, I do a lot of views. We hit like 250,000 views a month, which is still puppies to most big time people. But that's a lot to me. That's a lot for my channel. But like, my subscriber count is really small, so I could turn up and back out with the big camera and the lights and the camera and the action, but I'm not that big yet. So I like this. I like that you guys, it's like the backpack wrapper setup. Anyone that thinks you're displaying your fragrance to show off is insecure. Well, I agree that that's the truth, but people seeing it think the opposite. They think if I do this, it's because I'm insecure about my value as a content creator. So I have to show you that I own a lot of stuff to validate that I'm worthy of doing this live. Most of the world, I think, thinks the opposite of that point, Beard. I'm just keeping it a stack. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I love that you guys only get to see like a cool 51 to 100 fragrances, because it's like, if you want to look at this and draw assumptions about where you think I am in my journey, that's the type of person I want leaving anyway. Cause it's like, bro, if that's how if you scan a screen and think you could figure people out in a live in 15 seconds, I'm glad you left. Until I get my hands on Guerlain's take on Neroli or some wait, hold on. Until I get my hands on Guerlain take on Neroli or something. I don't know what that means. I had that Memento. It's serious juice. It's almost indistinguishable from Arabian's Tonka, just a bit sweeter, surprisingly smoother. Yeah, it's a nice juice. Yeah, Fast and Four. My bad, bro. Let me show it to you so you can take a screenshot of it real quick. I'm not a big fan of riffs at all. I much prefer Arabia Prestige. I think their perfumers are using better synthetics in raw materials. I think Riffs is taking the cheap way out, and their perfumers in general are of a little bit lesser caliber. But I think in this case, Arabian's Tonka Instant Crush, um, Baccarat, that kind of saffron spiced ambery DNA is so easy to make. It's like less than 6 ingredients to produce that this is kind of their happy accident fragrance where they actually did it right. And this is one of the dopest bottles you'll see in the clone game. So yeah, take a screenshot of that. Riffs, Riffs, Momento, Momento. And honestly, you can always rewind my lives. I leave them up so you can rewind my live and take another screenshot off cam later. Okay, get more shelves to display better. Hold on, get more shelves to display better and have less chance of dropping bottles. Hey Joel, don't be jinxing me, bro. Yeah, to be honest, I get what you're saying. SB looks good in that corner. Um, Beard, I appreciate the feedback too. I it's never combative in here. I always really appreciate anyone even just giving any kind of feedback. I almost lost more decants. I almost got more decants in travel sizes than full bottles. I would say I have equal to or more decants than bottles. Suggestion: reposition your setup so the focus is what makes you comfortable. The more you ask, wait, hold on. The more you ask, we prefer, the less satisfied you'll be with the I don't, Simone, I hope you retyped that. I didn't understand that. What's the other clones for Herba Gold? I don't think there are clones for Herba Gold. I think people are always constantly cloning God of Fire. So the three mango fragrances, and there's way more, but the three main kind of boombastic mangoes to me is Wilhelm, Mango Skin, um, God of Fire, and Herba Gold, which doesn't have mango in it, but I call it a mango. And I think 9 times out of 10, the clones that you'll find is of God of Fire. Mango Ice is, I mean, here's the thing. They are so mango centric that just by making a mango fragrance, you're already 80% accurate. The real difference is the nuance of the texture, or whether it's green, or whether it has a certain facet of air to it. And that's what the clones always kind of miss, which is why they're always going to be slight twists of God of Fire. But there's like 3 super valid mango fragrances. But in my opinion, you're paying close to $40 out the door. You can get Herba Gold. You can get Herba Gold, right? Probably regularly throughout the year at around the 120 mark. So you do 40 minus that 80, you're paying 80 more bucks for definitely more performance, a bigger upgrade in texture that's less juvenile and more comes off as luxury. Whereas the clone mangoes, even though they smell good, always feel teeny boppy with the mangoes. So I think paying the 80 more bucks for 100 mil, it's gonna last you years. It's gonna smell more luxurious. Like, you wear mango ice next to me wearing this, I will. This is the Phantom versus the Chrysler 300. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Nobody cares at the end of the day. The mango ice, and there's a bunch of other ones. There's like 2 or 3 solid mango references. They're pretty Googleable. But in that case, paying the $80 higher to get 100 mil a fun exotic fragrance where you will notice the texture difference, I'm just gonna buy Herba Gold. Mango to me isn't that special until it is. You know what I'm saying? And at my age, I can't just get a fruity blast fragrance with no texture. The texture is actually what allows me to wear it. So I can't wear Greenlee and Sedley and Balda Freak and a lot of these kind of fizzy, fruity, citric fragrances unless they got some balls behind them, you know, some air, some water, some spice, just something to kind of make them feel less teeny boppy. Whereas kids can wear a mango ice all day long. And men can too, casually, you know, but I don't really, I'm rarely in a casual setting other than my house. You got some fire discovery sets. Would love to see the Electimus review first, but we'll see which one gets more votes. Dashi, I'll keep that in mind. Make sure you vote in my Discord server if you haven't already, because my Discord members get priority on picking the next discovery set. What up, SB? Hey, everyone. Fragrance time. What up, brother? By the way, guys, if you didn't hear the announcement already, I was asking if you guys can follow me on TikTok because until I hit 50 followers on TikTok, it won't let me go live. And a lot of people on TikTok want to have a conversation with me, but I can't because I can't go live. Hey, edit in your head. It was supposed to say, the more you ask what we prefer, the less satisfied you'll be with the dialogue. I don't know, Simone. I am not an art or expression purist, meaning I am not most content when I'm doing what I want. For me, I am making content to an audience, and so that is a relationship to me. Now, some people are like, I'm gonna do me, and people love them for that, and they'll do whatever that person wants to do and consume the content however they do because they're them. For me, especially being in the music industry for so long, the exchange of ideas that I have with my audience and making them a part of my process is just as important to me as my own authenticity. So I will at times make an executive decision to do what I want. But in terms of the camera positioning, I want what serves you guys because I don't have to look at me. You guys have to look at me. So I'm fine having y'all curate that for sure. I don't lose any sleep at night. Discord gang, what up? Thank you, Flappy. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all need to thumbs up when people donate in here, man, because it's rare as crap. You know what's crazy? I kick more knowledge in a fragrance live than any content creator y'all see, and I get the least amount of donations. Y'all are lucky I'm doing okay in this life because if this is any reflection of how y'all treat the other content creators, I'm just saying. Y'all know I don't need a dime from you, but I appreciate the love because there ain't that much of it. About to throw on that Oud lemon mint for tomorrow's date. Hey, you'll do well with that, Sean. Um, SB and all the fragrance lovers. What up, Marion? Shout out Discord gang. I see all y'all in here. How do you feel about the GGE in 2026? Is that still good? What is it? Gucci Guilty Elixir? Gucci Guilty Elixir will always be goat juice. Even the absolute goat juice. To me, the highest rendition of that is Must Therapy. So Must Therapy will always reign supreme over all of it. But to be quite honest, in my mind, I would wear Gucci Guilty Elixir and the Absolute and Summer Mink just as much as I wore Must Therapy. Just is what it is. I don't think that'll ever not be goat juice. I know what you mean. That's why I gave Mango Ice to my mom because it smells more feminine and simple to me. There you go. Discord is at 98. Only 2 more spots left. That's a fact. Look at those Lalique beauties. Yeah, man. I don't even have all my Lalique here. This is almost all my Lalique. But there's some Laliques that are women's that I didn't include up here. But yeah, we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 Laliques here, which is really nice. I got this super vintage Lalique dabber. Look at the crystal work here. This is sick. And this is an official dabber. This is bonker Lalique work right here. And then I got this one. This is another rare drop. This one's phenomenal. This sucker is beautiful. Came in a really nice box. Do I have it? Check out this box. Came in this. So it's a push press box. Really, really cigar box official. But yeah, you know, the Lalique is SB, you know, you're not going to find more Lalique anywhere else than here. Do you have an idea of what's going to be in your fragrance rotation this summer? Absolutely. This is my fragrance rotation. That's why I show this to you, because it's what I'm wearing right now. It's everything on this list, you know? And every month I rotate out from here. I take stuff from my library over there, and then I swap stuff out and all that, you know? So if you want to see what I've been wearing this week, you just look no further. This is the stash. Absolutely. What up, Marion? Didn't know you was in the music industry. Let's hear you freestyle. Not that part of the music industry. I'm an engineer. Matter of fact, if you guys go to my YouTube this YouTube page and go to the About Me section, it says, by the way, I make music. And I believe you can hear all of my personal music and all the songs in the music industry that I've engineered. So if you guys, oh, and the fragrance album is dropping this year. Like Boss Bottled EDT. I don't know, Zhao. Lalique Ombre looks so drinkable. It is. I take shots of Ombre Noir every night. Besides Elysium and Burlington 1819, what other Roja summer bangers do you recommend? Isola Blue and Harrods. And Isola Soul. That's a great Lalique. What's the name? Dagger. Lalique was a glass blowing company first, though, right? They've always been a glass blowing and etching a glass. They've always blown glass. No pause. You still rocking the Bonnie nowadays? Mostly my wife rocks Bonnie because I bought it for her, but I do steal sprays of Bonnie, yes. I own Musk Therapy and it's definitely goated, but I've got a 1-to-1 dupe for it called from Alhambra Dubai Musk. Don't think it's available in the US, but it has gone viral in the UK. You know, honestly, as good as goat worthy as Musk Therapy is, it's a very simple DNA: white florals, vanilla, and musk, which is not hard to clone, especially with vanillin as a synthetic. Vanillin makes up most of that fragrance. And the white floral synthetic is also just as easy. So it's actually pretty easy to clone, which is why I don't think I've ever had a bad Musk Therapy clone. I have clones of Musk Therapy in the designer world and in the clone world. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, Drake Summer Mink, Gucci Guilty Elixir, Reflection Man, you know. So I don't think you have to have Musk Therapy. I just have to have it. Is Creed Royal Oud as good as people say it is? If you're 35 plus, yes, but if you're not, no. It also doesn't have the best performance, so you have to pay a lot of money to get weak performance. So if that's important to you, then it also is a no. Have you tried Ex Nihilo Brompton Immortals or Brompton Immortals? I did, but it's been about a year, so I don't remember what it smells like. When I went to the Ex Nihilo boutique, I smelled everything, so there was only a very few select amount of Ex Nihilos that stood out to me. Patchouli Memory, Blue Talisman, Gold Immortals, Hedonist, Vetiver Malaco, Fleur Narcotique, Speed Legends Night Drive, stuff like that. Those I remember the smells of. Oh, gotcha. Okay. See y'all talking amongst each other. Does Boss Bottled EDT remind you of other frags? You know, Zhao, I don't know because it's been a long time since I've smelled a Boss Bottled. The last Boss Bottled that I've smelled was the latest one, Boss Bottled Beyond or Boss Bottled Night or something. Those two. And they smell pretty good, but the original EDT I don't recall in my mind. I also have Boss Bottle, the Scent Magnetic, and the Scent. I've dipped my toe into the musk pool. In fact, my scent for the day later is Musk Pure Musk Blend by Cod Lodge. Good stuff. Yeah, you got to get a good musk, guys. You got to. Mainly because women absolutely love like slight vanillic musk fragrances on men, and because they're super versatile. A vanilla musk goes with just about anything, so you can remix them a lot of times with oils or a complementary fragrance. So they're definitely a must for a collection. But if you're not used to white florals and things like that, it can be intimidating at first to feel feminine, but just remix it with something, man. For your taste in terms of what has consistent banger. Hold on. SB, what do you think is the definitive best designer outside of Lalique? As a house? Probably Prada. You know, when I think about Prada, I was just thinking about this with a friend the other day. I don't think Prada has made a bad fragrance. Um, the Luna Rosa line, killer. Prada Black, killer. Um, Prada Carbon, killer. Um, Prada Amber, killer. Um, Prada L'Homme Intense, killer. I don't think Prada has ever made a bad fragrance, to my mind. So I think Prada might be up there. What up, Mo? Simone, love you. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great night. Do you layer fragrance or do you feel like it always takes away from each one you put on? I always, well, I don't want to say I always layer, but I absolutely layer. Uh, I layer fragrance on fragrance, I layer oil in fragrance, and I layer lotion in fragrance. And I also layer body wash in fragrance. Here's my oil set right there. So I got about 40 oils. I thought you were gonna say Balmain just for the history. They do they they do have not. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, not Balmain. I feel YSL and Prada are definitely the swaggy brothers of the designer game. Yeah, I just don't really think you're not gonna miss nothing. You can always be watchback gang, Simone. How do you manage covering so many different categories like dupes, niche, designer, blah, blah, blah? Do you follow some kind of schedule or routine or just do whatever interests you in the moment? Part two. Um, I am very aware of what's going on in the fragrance community. However, my personal journey has always been personal. So for me, at this point, I have so many contacts and references and friends in the fragrance space that between going into my own rabbit holes and then just talking with the community, I always seem to have plenty to do and plenty to smell. And I always go down my own path. That's why if you guys look at the type of reviews that drop on a weekly basis, I'm going everywhere. And I'm at the point in my journey where I'm kind of beyond Sephora, beyond Neiman Marcus, beyond Saks Fifth, and moving past that into other. So other designers, other niche, other artisanal, other independent, other vintage. Anyone seen the new Ubagant blue bottles? Absolute stunners. Yeah, Ubagant has some of the sexiest, absolute sexiest bottles in the game. Shout outs to Ubagant. And yes, to answer your question more clearly, I always just do whatever I want. And that's why I take my time. Like at first when you watch me, you're like, man, he just glazes a lot of stuff and he talks long and when's he gonna shut up? When's he just gonna give us a top 20 list? And once you get over that and realize I'm genuinely just on my own journey and I'm passionate, then you stay if you're just as curious as I am. And if it's not convenient, you leave. You know, but that's what I like about what I do is you never get the sense that I'm just out here smelling stuff just to drop a video. I'm genuinely breaking stuff down, taking my time with it, and slow walking down everything I come across and trying to be as genuine as possible. And I'm trying to show you versatility because I'm mindful that there's trash and treasure everywhere. Have you seen the TLTG and his fragrance with Zaharoff? The latest one where it's got the kind of inverted up and down. Yes, I have seen it. Haven't put my nose to it yet, but I have at this point released the Seamless Soul, the Sunkiss Island, and the Ibere reviews. I'll eventually get the latest one as well. One of my subscribers will send it to me and we'll review it. I'm just not in a hurry ever to review Zaharoff because a lot of times it gets a lot of like hype train, and I'm trying to get away from dropping reviews at the same time as other people. That's why, I had Edge of Eden before most people, but I didn't drop my review till last week because I wanted to just wait till all the noise died down. And I realized nobody dropped a good review of Edge of Eden. So I was like, people need to hear about this. Would you say Halfeti is around the top fragrance for Penhaligon's? I think it definitely stands out. Penhaligon's reminds me a lot of Amouage in that most of their fragrances I don't enjoy, but I appreciate. Like when I smell a lot of Amouage fragrances, a lot of their brand I would not wear, but I appreciate the artistic balls that they have as a company. So out of 100 Amouage fragrances, I'll only like 5 of them, but I'll really love those 5. You know what I'm saying? And I will buy them. Um, Penhaligon's, a lot of their fragrances, I really respect the artistic balls, but I would only buy like 2 of them. To be honest, that's just me though. I think there's a such thing as doing too much with fragrances. Unfortunately, when you want to be artistic, you have to push a fragrance. So it's kind of the cost of entry, but because of that, there might not be a lot of mass appeal fragrances that you create. I enjoy Percival, but I say it's count. Didn't I get Percival today? I think I got Percival today in the mail. What were you saying about Percival? But people say its counterparts do the DNA enough justice. But to my nose, I think the quality is doing the heavy lifting. So I wonder if something like Cough is worth checking out. Cough is nothing like Percival to me. I just smelled Percival today, and I don't think they're the same at all. Cough's really just an Invictus remix metallic, and that's not Percival to me. I have been checking out some of the Zahara frag samples. I haven't been as enthused about the frags as the hype. I'm talking signature back to back and some of the non-Zed Revere. Zaharoff is another artistic house. You try 20 Zaharoffs, you're only going to fall in love with maybe 2, but the 2 that you fall in love with will be signatures that you don't have in your collection. I promise you. So some houses are like that, where you just have to be willing to do the heavy lifting and search through the brand, and you'll be glad you did when you find the stuff you fall in love with. I love Halfeti's Cedar, and I agree it's more of a house I respect versus enjoy them as a whole. There you go. Do you smell pineapple straight away from Club de Nuit Intense Man? Pineapple or lemon? I don't even know at this point whether it's pineapple or lemon. They both smell the same to me at the clone level because the pineapple's so cheap, you know. But I smell both. Mm. Halfeti Black Rose is so good. Yeah, I just tried it. I think that's the black one, right? I think Halfeti Black Rose is probably the best bottle in the Zaharoff lineup for art's sake. Um, the big bottle, with the rose and the vine work. That's one of the sickest bottles of all time. I'm not going to be live for very long tonight, guys. So maybe like another 5-10 minutes. So make sure you ask me any of your questions if you want, because I'm standing here barefoot, ready to relax for the night, and it's really been a long day, truly. I'm gonna back up real quick. Just gotta check some messages on my phone. I'm still mic'd up, guys, so keep posting your questions. Is there anything you guys have had your nose on, or not your nose on, but your eye on lately that you want to pick up fragrance wise? I'm really curious. Do you layer Sacrat with anything? Um, I don't wear Sacrat anymore. I love Sacrat. I recommend Sacrat, but where I'm at in my journey, I have Profumo. So I'm either wearing Profumo or occasionally going to this bad boy, Arabia Prestige's luxury edition, which to me, I've always said, if you go look at my review on the Socrat series, I always say Socrat is like the eau de toilette version of Profumo. Luxury edition is like a Profumo EDP, and Profumo is like a pure parfum. But I still think Profumo or Socrat is, I would always recommend it. It's just where I'm at in my journey. I'm just wearing the real thing or going down to the EDP because now, granted, another thing is like Desert Rain reminds me a lot of Profumo. So I have this too. So it's kind of just a matter of priority for me. But Socrat is awesome juice. I got Gritty Pomelo Sorrento on the way and recently bought Tilia. Tilia is a beautiful fragrance. Tilia is a Beardsome. If you're ever looking to find gritty fragrances for like 50 to 70% off, join my Discord because I do have a connection to a vendor of gritty that sells it very below cost. Clive Christian Blonde and Amber and Ombre Nomad from Louis Vuitton. I'm getting a decant of both since I've never smelled either of them. Vision, do me a favor. When you get the Ombre Nomad from LV, smell Lamar Kajal and evaluate whether you like Ombre Nomad over Lamar Kajal, because I'm really curious when you put them side by side which one you wind up picking. Both the same DNA, two completely different weights. Ombre Nomad, even though it lasts forever, is a much lighter, prettier approach to the Rose Oud. Lamar Kajal is a more lush, rich, slightly heavier. Love to see you smell those side by side and evaluate. By the way, Aqua di Gio Ascenza I bought at somewhat of a good price is fire. I think Kix is actually sending me that. Recent pickups, Tales of Amber from, okay, African Leather. I actually just picked up African Leather as well. But I got the freaking new presentation of it. I wish I would have got African Leather before this. I got the new presentation. Now, granted, I got this without the cap, so I just put my Maison Alhambra cap on it. So it does look a little crazy with the new design in this. People might be like, "Oh, this is a fake," which I could care less what people think. But I kind of wish I had the old presentation. But African Leather is monster sauce, monster juice, monster sauce is crazy. I've been looking at Rose Frags. Oh, hold on. Bourbon, low 7 cobalt, all loves. Got you. Both LV. No, Kajal is the brand. Kajal Lamar versus LV's Ombre Nomad. Because they're both Rose Ouds. I've been looking at Rose Frags, got Radical Rose and the Infinity Rose. Was thinking about Rasasi London, but I'm really looking for a masculine rose. If you want a masculine rose, try Whiskey Rose from, I think it's Aroma de Salazar, or Baranda from Nasamato. Those are the most masculine roses I know of. Managed to snag it for $126. Yeah, my African Leather cost me $110 for I think it's not 100 mil. I think it's 75 mil, right? Yeah, 75 ml. I got it for 110. But 120 is just as good. Like, that's a really nice price. Portrait of a Lady is the rose standard. I do agree, but I do think Portrait of a Lady is more feminine than the other two I named. But I love Portrait of a Lady. Tried Rayhan Aquatica? Yes, it's a great fragrance. Caron Oud Excelsa. I haven't heard of that, Joel. Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to wait for the dry down, like to me, an hour in Portrait of a Lady feels really nice. but even in the dry down, it still leans feminine. It just leans less feminine. To me, Whiskey Rose and Baranda, which is also a Whiskey Rose, is way more masculine. Oh, shoot. I forgot to thank whoever the heck donated me Phazon. So sorry for I didn't acknowledge you, dude. Thank you so much for that dono. That was really kind of you, and I saw it, but I got wrapped up in the questions. Thank you so much, Phazon, for that. I really appreciate the dono, and you've always been supportive. Really appreciate that, and I hope you're still enjoying the being the winner of the last giveaway. Guys, we're about 80 to 90 subscribers shy of the 5K subs, and I want to tell you guys, if you want to know what the giveaway will be for the 5K sub giveaway, I need flame emojis in the chat. I have a sample of Miss Golden Oud coming in. It's apparently a dark rose oud. Let me know how that is, money. I was talking about Pomelo Sorrento. African leather is so good. I can get testers for like 110. We'll definitely be picking it up close to winter. Yeah. I mean, the Sorrento for 125 is really nice too. That's a really nice price. But yeah, I love African leather. That just to me it beats Carlisle. More masculine, more bachelor. It just has a growl. You know, it smells like fancy tiger piss to me, and I have no shame in describing it that way. Absolutely love it. Oh, I don't see flame emojis in the chat, man. That's surprising. If y'all don't want to know, I don't need to tell it. I'm just telling you, man. If y'all don't want to know what the giveaway is, that's fine. You know I do the biggest giveaways in FragCom. You know this. Yeah. I mean, it just smells like tiger piss to me. I smell it and I'm like, it smells like you're king of the jungle, literally. It might be the mixture of the cumin with spices, but yeah, man, this stuff just smells like tiger piss. I love it. People hate that. Like when I did my review of it, I put tiger piss for 300, please. And like people were like, "Yo, really?" Like, and I wasn't even dissing it. Like on that video, I'm like, "Y'all need to buy this like now." Don't wear African leather in church, man. That's doing the most. If you wear African leather in church, they know you wore that the night before at the club and never took a shower. That's doing the most. Maybe if you go to a mega church and it's like got more than 10,000 people in it and you're the pastor or you're up on the stage, you might be able to rock some African leather and let that thing scream out into the audience. You know, ha 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 ha. Oh shoot. Shoot. I didn't get enough flame emojis in the chat. I'm sorry. Listen. I work too hard on this channel for you guys. If I ain't getting crazy enough participation, I'm not revealing the secrets because this year I'm about to go bonkers on the fragrance game, and I don't need to share the secrets because when it comes out, it's gonna be flame. So. Hey Kyle, you can't double emoji. I see you, but you can't double emoji. You can't be someone else's flames. I'm telling you, the resources I have now are ridiculous. Matter of fact, Kyle, if you want to know what the 5K giveaway is, go in my Discord and DM me privately, and I'll tell you only, since you're the only one who participated with like 2 other guys. But I will say this: it is the best giveaway in FragCom to current date, and it kills my previous giveaways. So if you've been around to see any of my previous giveaways, this will be the best giveaway of all time. That much I can say. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you guys like one more minute left to ask your last minute questions, and I'm gonna roll out of here. By the way, I hope you guys have Memorial Day off, and I hope your weekend is going super, super good. I'm gonna be doing a lot more collabs this month. Oh, so get ready for that. I'll have a lot more people on the channel, and I'll be featuring on a lot of people's channels this month. So definitely stay tuned for that. No, I don't ever I don't ship outside the U.S. right now. We're not that big time yet. Not that big time yet. If I ship something right now to the UK, you won't get it till Christmas. Especially with fragrances being a hazmat shipping, you know how it is. That thing's gonna go through like 70 different clearances. Appreciate you, Mo. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? We meet at the border. Hey, Joel, I got your purchase. Here, catch it. We both meet at the wall with a walkie-talkie. Joel, you there? Hey, tap the wall. Let me know where you are. You're sitting there like, catch. Sitting there with a drill, just drill through the wall, drop it through. uh, that would be the life, right, Joel? You know, in the future, they're going to have those underground tunnels where, you know, when you go to a bank and they give you that capsule and you like get the capsule and you put like your driver's license and your money in there and they shoot it back out to you while you're in the drive-through. Like in the future, I'm going to be able to just drop this capsule in the ground and it's just going to shoot. It's going to shoot all the way, you know, to Canada via ground and it'll get there in like a day. As long as you can fit it in a capsule, it'll just go. All right, guys, last like 30 seconds or so. Any last minute questions or we're out of here? Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't see why they haven't done it so far. Hey, appreciate you, Beard, always. And by the way, I appreciate all of you guys. Definitely make sure you're in Watchback Gang if you want to catch anything else that I missed. If there's any questions I didn't answer, please put them in the comment section below. I'll always get back to you within 12 hours or so. Love you guys. It's good to be back. Always appreciate the support. I would not be doing the lives if you guys were not in the chat. So greatly appreciate that. Very grateful for the community always. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and also hope you have Monday off. Stay tuned looking at the community section on my page because all of the announcements of what's to come for this week are going to be absolutely insane. Or join my Discord server because there's an announcement column every day that updates you guys with all my latest videos, all the latest collabs. I'm going on a lot of lives this week. So stay tuned, guys. Absolutely love you. Thank you to FaZe and Flap for the $5 donos. Absolutely incredible and unnecessary, but very appreciated. Love you guys. Have a great night.